and let them introduce.
I think they are ready.
Asante sana. But I'm always happy these days to have you guys around. You come in your numbers. And you actually, in the last few press conferences I've had, you've actually highlighted the real issues. And that's good. Welcome again to the UDA party. I'll make some very brief introductory remarks. But today, the press will be largely be undertaken by Her Excellency the Chair of the party, who is also the Embu Governor. We have an apology from the Chair of the National Elections Board, who, those of you who have some currency, will realize that he is bereaved. And we wish him and the family strength and comfort following the demise of his mother, and Mr. Anthony Mwaura. Tomorrow, the party, the governing party, the ruling party, UDA, will again be having an election which tends to be a repeat of phase 2 of the elections we had sometime last year in June. The whole idea of this repeat is to give an opportunity to those that seats were uncontested, and those who did not meet the threshold of what was required for the elections to give it a second go, and to allow those who might have been left out of the process also to come on board. You will realize that UDA has been a very cutting-edge party. It has held free and fair nominations for all electoral processes that we have had, and from those free and fair election processes, the UDA party has been able to produce the best candidates, and most of those who were put through that contest were elected fairly and freely in their respective seats, and we have had very few appeals or contests, or very few people appealing the outcomes of these nomination processes. Secondly, you know, that's very disruptive for a presser. Secondly, we wanted to also demonstrate that this party is building its grassroots base. And the chair will highlight to you that after tomorrow, the party will have onboarded, and the repeats that will follow, the party will have onboarded 580,000 grassroots leaders across the country. The party continues to pursue its strategy of strengthening the parties in all parts of the country. And it is part of the democratic processes of party building to build an institution. The institution then produces for us leaders. Leaders then will have the ideas and the wherewithal to ensure that they progress the party ideals and the party manifesto. And lastly, we'll have these largely in areas that are of the coast region, areas of northern Kenya, where 18 counties tomorrow will be electing grassroots leaders across the polling centers. So without much further ado, I also want to recognize this gentleman, for those of you who know him very well. He's the engine behind this party and the secretariat, Nicodemus Bore. We also have his assistant, who is the leader of our election program and our ICT infrastructure of the party, the deputy executive director of the party, Brian Higgins Mbugwa. We also have a few other directors, Director Nathaniel, who has been calling you. He's the director of communications. We have Director Sam Wangi, who's the director of logistics. We have Director Grace Gishovi. He is the director of membership. We have Director Margaret, who is our director training, women affairs and training. So the rest are party cadres that have decided also to join us, and they're welcome.
Thank you, SG. Good morning, everyone. I'm going to take us through our media briefing today on the repeat phase 2 grassroots elections scheduled for Thursday, tomorrow, the 26th of April, 2026. UDA party is scheduled to conduct repeat phase 2 grassroots elections tomorrow, Thursday, 26th April 2026. The election will take place in the following 18 counties: Kisii, Siaya, Migori, Bungoma, Makueni, Kisumu, Machakos, Kitui, Isiolo, Marsabit, Taita Taveta, Lamu, Tana River, Kilifi, Kwale, Mombasa, and Turkana, while Kajiado County will conduct elections on Saturday, the 25th of, can be 25th, Saturday, 25th of April 2026. Registration: over 450,000 candidates have registered to contest for various 20 positions at the polling centers, ranging from representatives of women, youth, special interest groups, farmers, religious representatives, professionals, and MSMEs or traders. Approximately 8 million voters are expected to participate in tomorrow's exercise in over 9,117 polling centers. So far, we have successfully conducted grassroots elections in 25 counties with 235,923 grassroots officials elected. As with previous elections, we will deploy end-to-end technology to manage the process, with 9,500 electronic voting tablets already at each polling center as we speak, and the results will be available on a public portal on the UDA website, www.uda.ke. The voting will commence at 8:30 a.m. 8 a.m. Let me repeat, the voting will commence at 8 a.m. and close at 5 p.m. In case there are any changes to that timelines, it will be on a case-by-case basis using the structures that are already deployed for the said exercise. The outcome of the exercises will be expected to produce 240 elected grassroots officials with a direct mandate from the people. Thank you very much. Maybe I just wish to say, we wish to urge our members, just like all other grassroots elections, to maintain peace throughout the process, avoid any form of electoral violence. The others that we've done were without major incidences, very few reported, and we are hoping that tomorrow, surely, that will continue in that spirit. The party is known to be a party that believes in democracy and a party that ensures that there's peaceful elections at all times. Thank you very much. It's also important to report here today that this morning we had a meeting with the Deputy Party Leader, His Excellency, the Deputy President, Professor Kithure Kindiki, and 10 candidates for the All-Kalau seat. And we wish to report that already 10 candidates have shown interest to run for that seat on a UDA ticket. We had a meeting this morning, and we have agreed about ensuring that there will be free and fair party nominations or party primaries at a date to be announced later. But we wish to report that the UDA party will be sponsoring a candidate for the MP for Kalau constituency in Nyandarua County. Thank you. Yes.
My name is Ruto from Daily Nation. We talked about the election and the need to strengthen the party, and we now understand there are some accusations from your coalition partners within the broad base that should not build candidates in their strongholds. Wanted to know the party position on the issue of especially zoning accusations which are coming from your partners.
That's a good question, and I wish to say the following. Number one, matter is now before the leadership of the two parties, and that there are discussions that will be taking place in due course to look at some of those issues. Of course, in any coalition, there's always pre-election agreements that must be reached out. and there is definitely agreement on how the partnership will go all the way to the general election. Now, that is a matter that has not yet been properly prosecuted before the party structures on both sides. And so in the coming days, you're going to see that this conversation is going to take shape, and there'll be a lot of cross-party conversations around it, and the same will be communicated once clear decisions are made on the said issues. Whatever issues that are emerging in the coalition will definitely be looked at, and we'll come back to you with the final and official position on either. For now, we treat whatever accusations that are there as people coming up with their own positions, but the two parties will definitely have to come up with a decision either way, and that will be communicated in due course. Yes.
My name is Omaba from West TV. I had a similar question, but I have an additional one. As we are doing the elections for the 18 counties, they are coming at a time when IEBC is also doing voter registration that is ending a week's time. And we've had an issue of IEBC. Even the chairman of IEBC raised the same issue. As a ruling party, maybe what is your take? There are places where they are saying IEBC are not being given to the youths who are supposed to be registered as voters.
I think that's a matter that would concern all political players at the moment, including the UDA party. And so we will be engaging the national government to ensure that IDs that are already issued are made available to the young people. But may I also say that we have very many IDs lying in registrar of persons offices across the country that have not yet been collected. So even as we insist on other young people to be registered, we also want to urge those that are already registered and IDs are lying idle in the offices that they should collect them. And I'm aware that there's effort through Ngao, through the assistant chiefs, the chiefs' offices, to ensure that these IDs to the people who are supposed to have those IDs. But we definitely are going to push for faster and more efficient registration of young persons so that they can be able to be eligible for registration as voters. Thank you. Well, I'm not aware of any such demand because we have not received any official communication from the ODM party. But when that communication gets to our desk, we shall respond appropriately. For now, we have an SG who is deeply rooted in his position as the SG of the UDA party. And that position has not changed as far as I know. So we wait for official communication. They know we have a system of communicating with each other. So when that happens, we'll be able to get back to them. Thank you.